Okay guys, today we're going to be talking about how to make a PLO gel. I have my ethoxy diglycol, my Plonic gel, my lips or lecithin isopropyl palmitate, 2 syringes, a lure adapter, and my caps. First I'm going to do is take my first syringe and pull that plunger out of there. You're going to hear a click, you just got to rip it out. It takes a little bit of force. Alright, then you're going to take a cap and you're going to cap the end of the syringe. Alright, it just screws on there a little bit. Don't be too forceful with the screw. I'm going to take my ethoxy diglycol and I'm going to squirt that in there. Make sure you put that one in first, and then I'm going to add my lactose or my API. The reason you want to put in the ethoxy diglycol first is just so if you put in powder, it'll all go down to the tip of the syringe and it'll get stuck there. So then with one finger over the cap, I'm going to insert the plunger again slightly, and then I'm going to kind of force it in until I hear that click again. Then I'm going to tilt it up, unscrew that cap, relieve the pressure, and I'm going to push the air out of this syringe. Alright, just be careful that you don't squirt the person next to you or you don't lose any drug. Okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave about 3 or 4 mils to shake so I can mix the ethoxy diglycol and the lactose together. So just give it a little shake, mix those two together best you can. Then I'm going to take my other syringe, going to pull the plunger out of it. Again, you're going to hear that click, and I'm going to cap it as well. Then I'm going to take my lips. It's just easier to say lips, that's why we call it that. You'll hear Dr. Spidell refer to that many times as well too. I'm going to backload my syringe. Again, I'm going to push my plunger back in until I hear that click, tilt it up, relieve the pressure, and get all the air out of there. So once I have all the air out of there, it doesn't have to be perfect, but do try to get it mostly out of there. You don't want to have a big bubble. I'm going to take my lure-to-lure adapter, and I'm just going to screw that on there. You don't want to put it too tight, just snug. If you put it too tight, you're going to snap it, you're going to ruin the threads, then you got to start all over. Okay? Take my caps off. I'm going to attach these two together. And I'm going to show you how these mix just using my hands, but what you want to do is you're going to mix the lips into the ethoxy diglycol. Alright, so here you see me using my hands to do it, but you're going to actually use the countertop. Just make sure you put the lips into the ethoxy first. Alright, or else it'll clog up with all that lactose. But you're going to have your hand on the bottom be your pushing hand, and your hand on the top be your stability hand. Okay? So you're going to push down with your bottom hand, and the top hand is just there to make sure it doesn't tip over or fly off. After you do that a few times, you're going to cap it and put it down. Okay? So the syringe that's now empty, you're going to pull the plunger out, you're going to cap it. Then you're going to take your Plonic gel, which you got from the fridge, and you need to know why you got it from the fridge, and you're going to backload that to the quantity sufficient for what the drill or the prescription needs. Right now I need about 15 mils, so I put 15 mils in there. Then put that plunger back in there, you hear the click, get the air out of there, and then we're going to mix it. Now this one's a lot harder to mix, so I'm going to move the camera so you can see a better angle of how to push it down. So as you can see, my bottom hand is what's going to be the force, my top hand is for stability. Try to lean over it, get some leverage on it, keep your arms stiff, and just use your body weight and bend at the knees to do this. You can muscle through it using your arms. If you're smaller and you don't feel strong, maybe you pumped a lot of iron yesterday, you're feeling weak, use your body weight. It's a lot easier. And as you can see, there's some spots in there that didn't fully mix. You're going to do this about 5, 6, maybe more times until it is a homogeneous mixture. And what you're doing is you're actually shearing these two oil and water phases together and mixing them, forming an emulsion. Okay? Now the shearing will form a micelle so that the drug can enter the body. This is a transdermal gel, And so all I have to do is, once it's homogeneous and you got a good emulsion going on, you would label it, you would grab a clean cap, and you would be able to dispense it to the patient and counsel them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you in lab this week. Thank you.